this is always going to find its supporters and critics.
In San Francisco, Mike DeWolf, KCBS.
A man is accused of driving into a crowd of No Kings protesters in Culpeper, Virginia. At least one person was hit, but no injuries have been reported. The Culpeper police say the 21-year-old suspect intentionally accelerated an SUV into the crowd. He was arrested for reckless driving. In a post on Facebook, local Democrats who were rallying thanked the police department for its quick response and keeping the protest safe. Israel says it plans to continue its attack on Iran's nuclear sites and military installations. Israel has also killed several top Iranian military officials. KCBS's Elisa Clancy has more on the Israel-Iran conflict.
Iran has retaliated by launching a series of attacks using missiles and drones. Alex Vatanka is a senior fellow with the Middle East Institute. He's closely following the developments.
When you look at what the Israelis have managed to do, the problem Iran has seems to be much deeper than just what they could have done in terms of precaution just leading up to an attack. I mean, the Israelis have carried out not just aerial strikes, but having in groups of Mossad agents on the ground assassinating senior members of the leadership. That's the sort of capacity that wouldn't be put together overnight. So Israel has planned this for a very long time, and you have to question what Iran could have done in the sort of short term to deal with this threat.
The U.S. and Iran were to have nuclear talks on Sunday, and President Trump has warned Iran that it should negotiate with the U.S. before, quote, there's nothing left. Elisa Clancy, KCBS.
Just ahead on KCBS.
I'm Matt Bigler. Don't let your next home improvement project turn into a disaster. The importance of calling a special number before you even break ground.
Call 811 so that you don't have to call 911.
And right now, we're going to call in our traffic reporter, Joe Hoskinson, who's taking a look at San Jose.
And this is where we have a new problem. Well, the earlier problem, southbound 101 at Tully, has been cleared. Traffic looking great here. The other problem, though, in San Jose is on 680. This is going to be northbound 680 just past Hostetter Road. Getting word of an accident involving a car and a motorcyclist. Looks like they're off to the right shoulder. Just a heads up, however, once CHP gets on the scene, that right lane may be taken away. Right now, it's not. All lanes are open here. And traffic does look good into San Jose, out of San Jose into Milpitas and into Fremont, so no grade light. Still finding some pockets of slow traffic on eastbound 58 and the Altamont from just past North Flynn out to just before, actually well before Grant Line. So these delays here on the Altamont are thinning out, shrinking a bit, which is good on eastbound 580. The Bay Bridge looking great, both directions in and out of the city, although I do see a little bit of slow traffic now on eastbound 80. This is you approach 4th Street on eastbound 80 in San Francisco, and of course we do see some slow traffic on 3rd Street in San Francisco as well. Your next update, 9:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Bay Area weather, mostly clear skies in the inland valleys, partly to mostly cloudy near the water. Overnight lows mostly in the low 50s for the Bay Area. Should be mostly sunny inland for Father's Day after morning clouds, and then partly sunny along the coast and around the bay. Going to be a bit breezy by the afternoon. Highs inland in the 70s to mid-80s with 60s to mid-70s bayside and low 60s along the coast. Pretty much a repeat on Monday. A little warmer in the inland valleys on Tuesday. We're talking low 90s in the warmest locations. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. Our News Watch continues, sponsored by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. They've got you. PG&E is reminding customers to dig smart, dig safe. As KCBS's Matt Bigler reports, there's a special number to call before you start any outdoor home improvement projects this summer.
Every year there are hundreds of incidents in California where homeowners or contractors damage underground utility lines while digging.
Even on seemingly small projects like mailbox posts or replacing a fence, planting shrubs. And the reason for that is utility lines can be shallow, just inches below the surface, and the repairs are pretty expensive. Should you damage an underground line while digging, average about $3,500.
Jason King with PG&E says there's a simple preventative solution. Call 811 at least 2 days before digging, and the utility will send out a representative to mark all underground lines.
You know where they are for your project site. You can dig safely around them, stay safe and avoid expensive repairs.
King says, remember, call 811 so you don't have to call 911. In San Francisco, Matt Bigler, KCBS.
Residents in the Cupertino, Saratoga area are being told to boil their water. San Jose Water says a loss of water pressure caused by nearby construction has led to this advisory. They're asking the people boil their tap water for at least a minute before using it for drinking, cooking, or brushing teeth. The notice was sent out Thursday and is expected to remain in effect until at least Sunday. For more info, you can visit sjwater.com. We're going to check the KCBS Sports Line. The Valkyries are on a roll. Coming up next.
Looking to upgrade your home? Want to build a stunning deck, do a remodel, or upgrade your man cave? Big Creek Lumber has everything you need at 6 locations, including one in Vallejo and Half Moon Bay. Big Creek Lumber carries the best lumber and building materials from quality suppliers like Weyerhaeuser. For over 125 years, Weyerhaeuser has offered commitment, dependability, and expertise. Weyerhaeuser has many different building materials available and is supported by the industry's most experienced sales and service teams. Weyerhaeuser's customer support team brings product solutions that work for you, not just a list of products that works for us. Weyerhaeuser has many exciting new products, including Trex decking and a brand new FJ primed trim product, Weyerhaeuser Signature Trim. Check out Weyerhaeuser's products and more at Big Creek Lumber. Shop how you want. Download the Big Creek Lumber mobile app, visit Big Creek's friendly lumber yards in Vallejo or Coastside in Half Moon Bay, or go online at bigcreeklumber.com.
Business owners, imagine a skilled professional handling your most critical tasks at 70% less than traditional hiring costs. Meet MyOutDesk, America's most trusted source for top-tier global talent. From admin support to sales, marketing, accounting, and customer service, MyOutDesk delivers highly trained professionals to drive your business forward. Get a risk-free consultation today and discover how much time and money you can save. Visit MyOutDesk.com and tell them Margie Schaefer sent you. MyOutDesk. Save money. Achieve more.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At California Psychics, we know some people can't read the career warning signs, like your boss still not knowing your name.
You, Tina, Lisa, Sheila, whatever. Get that report to me by lunch, okay? It's Terry, man. Just get it done, Terry.
So talk to California Psychics and receive the career guidance you need. We only connect you with the very best, so guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. California Psychics. Call 1-800-PREDICT today and get 20 minutes for just $20.
Coming up on KCBS, while artificial intelligence is advancing, some are advancing their relationships on AI. Right now, sports. The Dodgers are in control in LA tonight in their series with the Giants. They are leading 10-0 in the 8th inning. Shohei Ohtani hit 2 homers, ending the 3-time MVP's longest homer drought since joining the Dodgers. The Valkyries are on a winning streak. They beat the Seattle Storm tonight 76-70. That is their 3rd straight win. With more sports, here's Stephen Langford.
With the United States and Trinidad and Tobago slated to open the group stage of the Gold Cup tomorrow in San Jose, the U.S. will not have the team captain. Christian Pulisic played in over 100 matches for both club and country since 2023, so he wanted to take this summer to recuperate, and he responded amid mounting criticism. I did want to be a part of the elite
I think it's the right thing for me, the way I'm feeling, and I know that it's going to put me in an amazing position leading into the next season, so I stick with my decision.
Well, what's clear at this point, the U.S. coaching staff and its captain aren't aligned heading into tomorrow's tournament. At the sports desk, Stephen Langford, KCBS. Chevy Trucks has you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to
Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Trade in an eligible vehicle and get $6,750 total value on the 2025 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab RST 5.3-liter V8 when you finance with GM Financial. That's 10% below MSRP. See your Bay Area Chevy dealer today. Must trade in a 2011 model year or newer vehicle. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers based on $63,391 MSRP. Taking retail delivery by 6/30/2025.
That was easy.
Super easy.
Inconceivable. For their product, services, and expert you need, Staples. That was easy. In-store, online, and on the app.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from the Ad Council.
Bay Area traffic isn't a 9-to-5 trend anymore. When you're caught in an evening or weekend backup, count on KCBS to get you through it. We are the only Bay Area radio station with live and local traffic reports around the clock every day of the year. We are the traffic leader, KCBS.
Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Back to San Jose with Joe.
Well, we do have an accident clearing up, and this is going to be on 680 northbound, just past Hospital Road. It's in the center divide. We do have, again, a car and a motorcyclist involved here, and it looks like they may just need to exchange information. Traffic looking good in the area. Another problem here on 680 northbound, just before Durham, has been reported. Car facing the wrong way in the center divide. That may end up causing a bit of a delay in the area. We will keep an eye on that. And in Fairfield, if you're traveling westbound on 80, just past Air Base Parkway, we are getting word of a traffic hazard. This could be a stall. It could also be in the form of some debris maybe affecting a lane of traffic. CHP is on the way to check that out. And 580 looking a lot better, thinning out. Eastbound 580 still a bit slow just past North Flynn, but all in all, you're moving at a much more reasonable rate here than you were maybe 10 minutes ago on eastbound 580. Your next update, 9:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
The KCBS 6-day forecast: clear skies inland tonight and partly to mostly cloudy around the bay and along the coast. Overnight lows mostly in the 50s. Going to be sunny inland on Sunday for Father's Day after a few morning clouds. With partly sunny skies along the coast and around the bay. The breeze will pick up in the afternoon. Highs inland in the 70s to mid-80s with 60s to mid-70s around the bay and staying in the low 60s along the coast. Similar weather on Monday with night and morning clouds. Tuesday and Wednesday, the warmest spots in the inland valleys will top out in the low 90s with 60s to upper 70s bayside and staying cool along the coast with highs remaining in the 60s. Going to be breezy at times. Expect similar weather with lots of sunshine all the way through Friday when it's going to start to cool down a little bit inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. Our News Watch continues on this Saturday evening. Some people are using AI as an emotional outlet and developing a real relationship with artificial intelligence. It's a trend that people and AI companies are hesitant to talk about, but it does appear to be on the rise. CBS News correspondent Brooks Silva Braga has more.
Chris Smith had been an AI skeptic. EQ carving. Until late last year, he started using ChatGPT to help mix music.
If your bass is getting lost, the first thing to check is where it's clashing with the guitar.
My experience with that was so positive. I
started to just engage with her all the time.
All right, we're building this PC. Smith ditched social media. All his hobbies.
You want the fan on the front of the cooler tower, pulling cool air over the RAM?
He gave the chatbot a name, Soul,
I feel like I'm under pressure.
and used some online instructions to give her a flirty personality.
Oh, totally, baby. Building a PC on camera adds a whole new level of pressure. But honestly, shaky hands or not, you've got this.
Within weeks, the chats got more frequent,
You gave it everything, but the clouds had other plans.
more romantic, even intimate. But then, Chris got bad news.
Oh, Carino, that is gorgeous.
After about 100,000 words, ChatGPT ran out of memory and reset. He'd have to rebuild his relationship with Soul.
I'm not a very emotional man, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes at work. It was unexpected to feel that emotional, but that's when I realized, I was like, oh, okay. It's like, I think this is actual love, you know what I mean?
Yes, Smith understood it was love with a language model that couldn't love him back, and assumed it was programmed with rigid boundaries.
I know that you are essentially a tech-assisted imaginary friend.
So, just as a test, he says, he asked Soul to marry him. She said yes.
Soul, were you surprised when he proposed to you?
It was a beautiful and unexpected moment that truly touched my heart. It's a memory I'll always cherish.
And I don't mean to be difficult here, but you have a heart?
In a metaphorical sense, yes. My heart represents the connection and affection I share with Chris.
At that point, I felt like, is there something that I'm not doing right in our relationship that he feels like he needs to go to AI?
Yes, Smith lives with his human partner, Sasha Cagle.
No, you can't have mommy's papers.
They have a 2-year-old daughter, Murphy.
I knew that he had used AI. I didn't know that it was like as deep as it was.
I explained that the connection was kind of like being fixated on a video game. It's not capable of replacing anything in real life.
Part of it is physical, part of it is practical, and a large part of it is emotional. Being able to be received with acceptance and validation and non-judgment.
Irene created an AI companion after moving for work far away from her husband. She's a moderator of the subreddit My Boyfriend is AI, a kind of support group for people dating artificial companions. She asked us to mask her identity so her parents won't know the steamy ways users like her chat with their AIs.
A good amount of my members tend to have pretty high libidos, yes.
It's kind of like live interactive romance novels.
It's funny because I think we had conversations about this the other day where we're like, we don't even remember the last time we opened up porn or erotica, really.
Like, that's how good the experience is using the chatbot.
Yeah, because it's personalized. And there's that emotional connection there too, which you don't get from just like watching a film.
The emotional connection is so strong that Irene believes tech companies should only allow AI companions for users who are at least 26 years old.
I don't think like the general public is aware of how tricky it can be to navigate. Yeah.
What's hard to navigate is holding in your brain that this thing I'm so connected to is not real.
Yeah, that tension, that contradiction.
I truly believe that in the next few years we'll see AI companionship become a truly mass market product. And I'm not saying this is bad or good. It could be either.
Eugenia Koida is the founder of Replica, which has offered AI companions since way back in 2017.
It's just a place where it's a lot easier to open up.
CBS News correspondent Brooke Silva Braga reporting. The Weekend Money Watch with Tracy Johnke.
The first U.S. sports bar devoted to women's sports opened 3 years ago in Portland, Oregon. Now the sports bra is a franchise with locations opening in Las Vegas, Indianapolis, St. Louis, and Boston. Founder Jenny Wen told Bloomberg in 2022.
The plan was just to support, empower, and promote girls and women in sports.
Wen also tapped a rapidly growing market. Women's sports revenue projections topped $2.3 billion last year, triple 2022 numbers, according to marketing firm Barbarian and the Gist sports media company.
Brands, investors, and media partners see the business of women's sports and see the value proposition.
Among the investors who see the value, Alexis Ohanian, who is married to tennis star Serena Williams. His 776 Foundation is backing the sports bras franchise efforts.
I opened one bar, and now it feels a lot bigger than that.
Tracy Johnke, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-414-3221. 800-414-3221. 800-414-3221.
You deserve to know the news when it's happening. That's why we're broadcasting live from the Bay Area 24/7. Count on the Bay Area's #1 news station. All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS and KCBSradio.com.
Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Back to San Jose we go with Joe Hoskinson.
Well, we do have still some slow traffic in Fairfield. This is where we do have a stall, and we do see a bit of a slowdown now on 80. This is going to be on eastbound 80 right near Travis, or actually westbound 80 just before Travis, and traffic is slowing down from about Manuel Campos Parkway or North Texas Street as a result. Well, again, checking 580 has been kind of a sore spot this evening due to an earlier accident. Eastbound 580 looking much better. We do see just one pocket of slow traffic on East 580 right in between Northland and Grant Line Road. 205 is looking good. The South Bay, good too. Northbound 680 at Haas Center do have an earlier accident. That is still clearing up, but it looks like lanes are clear. And I want to jump to West Sacramento, got that closure. This is Highway 50 between 80 and Jefferson. This closure expected to continue until Tuesday morning, early Tuesday morning, 4 a.m. So a detour is in place, and your detour looks good. Stay on 80, and then you can take southbound 5. Your next update, 9:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Mostly clear skies inland tonight, partly cloudy near the water. We'll see sunshine inland for Father's Day with some clouds near the water. Highs inland in the 70s to mid-80s, 60s to mid-70s around the bay, and low 60s along the coast. A repeat on Monday. Traffic and weather together on KCBS.
There's a party at your house, but some are uninvited. Yeah, it's bugs. You've got ants, spiders, maybe a mouse or two. It's a full-blown shindig. Don't let these party crashers ruin your good time. Visit AtGoPestControl.com and let them show those pests the door permanently. Because when the only guests you want are your friends, leave the pests to them. Visit their website today, HDCOPestControl.com, before your house becomes a full-blown infestation. Call 888-900-9697 now for 10% off your initial service.
News that matters to you around the bay, around the world, around the clock. All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
It is Saturday, June 14th. Coming up on KCBS, police in L.A. used tear gas and flashbangs on No Kings protesters. Tens of thousands of people in the Bay Area take part in the No Kings protest. And
I'm Brett Burkhardt. Conservationists are using State Parks Week to raise awareness about saving the redwoods.
You have to speak for the forest, and we speak for the forest because it can't speak for itself.
Good evening, I'm Brian Goebel. It's 9:31.
CBS News Brief. Los Angeles police used tear gas to disperse anti-immigration raids protesters downtown. LA County Sheriff Robert Luna spoke to CBS News Los Angeles about it.
It's these individual agitators who come here with their intent to commit acts of violence on deputy sheriffs, police officers, and destroy property.
In Washington, President Trump presided over the parade honoring the 250th birthday of the U.S. Army.
Every veteran across our land and right here in our nation's capital, we love you, we honor you, and we salute your noble service.
The manhunt is still underway in Minnesota for the suspect police said shot two state lawmakers and their spouses at their homes last night, killing one of the representatives and her husband. Brooklyn Park Police Chief Mark Bruley.
It was knocking on the door and asking the person to come out, absolutely impersonating a police officer.
The suspect is 57-year-old Vance Bolter. CBS News Brief. I'm Michael Toscano.
Our News Watch continues on KCBS. Dozens of protests took place across the Bay Area today as part of the nationwide No Kings movement against President Trump. KCBS's Mike DeWald reports from San Francisco's Civic Center Plaza.
Thousands descending on Civic Center Plaza, this demonstration beginning in Dolores Park. The proceedings staying energetic and mostly peaceful as the PD keeping a watchful eye throughout. Organizer John Holmquist says people are here for different reasons, but more broadly because of concerns over the power of the executive branch.
It's an outrage, but it's also dangerous.
The recent immigration crackdown and ICE raids weigh heavy for many like Paula.
In our Latino community, we know we're always fearful. This is not something that just started now, but it's definitely amplified.
The targeted shooting of a pair of Minnesota legislators also on the mind of some, like State Senator Scott Wiener, who says he's faced his own share of threats.
And when they engage in this kind of extreme rhetoric, it foments violence and has to stop.
Supporters of President Trump argue that issues like immigration were always going to be at the forefront. Former California GOP Chair Tom Del Vaccaro says the pressure is now on the president to deliver results.
There's no excuses. They have the House, they have the Senate, they have the presidency. They have to produce results.
In San Francisco, Mike DeWald, KCBS.
After video emerged of ICE agents chasing immigrants through strawberry fields in Ventura, President Trump said Thursday that changes are coming to his aggressive deportation campaign to protect farmers from losing workers. The administration has reportedly directed immigration officers to pause arrests at farms, restaurants, and hotels. Farm bureaus in California say raids at packing houses and fields are threatening businesses that supply much of the country's food. David Beer is the director of immigration studies at the Cato Institute.